So I am reading Pride and Prejudice for the first time in my life, and I just got to chapter 7 when I realized that Mrs. Bennet is a little less annoying than I thought she was. She's probably one of my least favorite characters right now. I think she's really annoying and she just talks about her nerves all the time, and I'm just not the biggest fan of Mrs. Bennet. But there's a note in the beginning of chapter 7 that is really interesting for what her motivations actually are, and it gives me a lot more sympathy for her as a character. This is what the paragraph says. Mr. Bennet's property consisted almost entirely in an estate of 2,000 a year, which unfortunately for his daughters was entailed in the default of male heirs on a distant relation, and their mother's fortune, though ample for her situation in life, could but ill supply the deficiency of his. Her father had been an attorney in Meryton, and had left her £4,000. Now, this is why I have sympathy for her a little bit more, in her sole goal being to marry off her daughters, and her solace was then gossip. Because she understands the situation that they're in as a family. She understands that when her and her husband die, that the house is not going to pass to any of the daughters because it has to go to male heirs. And so what she wants is she wants stability for her daughters. So her entire goal is as soon as they become of age, she wants to marry them off. Not necessarily, I think this is kind of for their good, but this is kind of just like what a mom sometimes does in this situation. But I think that she is really out seeking what her daughters need, which I think in this moment is stability. Because I think that she had that. Maybe she didn't growing up, and then all of a sudden she did have that. And then she realizes how important that is in a marriage and in life. And she just wants that. She doesn't want any of her daughters going to like live on the streets or whatever it might be. And I actually find her a little bit admirable for that. I still think that she's really annoying, and I still don't think that I'm going to really like her that much in this novel. But I think that I have a little bit more sympathy than I did at the beginning of the novel. So that's all I got for you. I just wanted to talk about how I think Mrs. Bennet is not quite as bad as I initially thought. But make sure you like the video. You can also subscribe for more of this kind of content where I'm just giving my thoughts as I read through Pride and Prejudice on kind of every single chapter. And I'll see you in the next one.